Hello, Professor. Today our group will be discussing the Hertzsprung-Russell diagram, or also known as the HR diagram, which is represented in front of you.
Hello, Professor. My name is Alexander Torres, and today we'll be discussing the HR diagram. The HR diagram is used by scientists who want to determine the luminosity and the temperature of a star. It is represented in the graph and is easy to determine whether the star is a white dwarf, a part of the main sequence, a giant, or a supergiant.
Hello, my name is Joe Damas, and we were attracted to this topic from our interest in the relationship between a star's temperature and luminosity. Once we had learned this relationship, we got a very good understanding of how a star is classified into groups, although we did struggle at first with learning the spectral types and understanding why it is broken up into the several sections and identifying the letters that correspond with each spectral type as well as the color that also goes with that. The Hertzsprung-Russell diagram is very important to astronomers since it is what they use to classify stars based off their luminosity and temperature. This chart is also used to show the evolution of a low mass star or a high mass star. Most stars spend a large majority of their life on the main sequence, then either become a giant or a supergiant depending on their mass. From there it can die off to become a supernovae, a white dwarf, or in some cases a black hole.
Hello, my name is Tajri, and I'm going to give y'all a brief analogy over the HR diagram. So we can look at this downward linear slope as that similarity to age. When we're young, we're bright, vibrant, majestic, but not really full that much. These stars are really big, but not really that dense. So as we go down in our age life, we start to compact and really get the knowledge, experience, expertise. And so we start to go down, and as everyone gets older, life goes downhill, so you get more stress, you're wishing you were young again, so you could view them as getting more red, getting more mad, type of deal. And over here we have the supergiants, which are the big guys, they're really big but not full of anything. You think of them like as the hotheads that went off the linear path, thought they were too good. And then we have the white dwarfs right here, which are the really, really smart guys. So they would be the really, really dense, but they don't show it.
One major improvement that can help with the capability of the instructor to communicate the concept to non-science majors would be to allow the students to group up into their own groups in the beginning of the semester rather than having random distribution. By allowing students to pick their groups from the very beginning, there will be better communication, and with better communication, there will be a better understanding of concepts. Because by having students who are comfortable with talking to one another from the beginning, it will allow students to not have that much of a discrepancy in terms of the introduction of new concepts. Just open conversation with group mates helps overall with the understanding of concepts throughout the course of astronomy.